Hi, my name is Nurul binti ZAMRI, and in this video we will discuss about consumer psychology. Before we go through the topics, let's define what is consumer psychology. Consumer psychology is the study of selecting, secure, use and dispose of product, services, experience or idea that satisfy our needs and desire. It's also understanding consumer behavior through how our thoughts, belief, feeling and also perception influence how people buy and relate these things to the product and services. What consumer psychologists do? Basically, they focus on three main things, which is the first one is to help the business to understand their customer. The business need to understand their customer in order to develop the product, and the psychologists help the business by finding the types of product that is appeal to the customer. And then the second is develop marketing messages, and the psychologists help to deliver the information from the seller to the buyer, and also they help to spread the idea and message about the certain product to the consumer. The third is to study and research about the consumer behavior. They learn more about buyer behavior through several methods, which is experiment, direct observation, questionnaire, focus group and also food survey. They gather the details about buyer and target audience, and they do this in order to develop the business and also to improve the sales. Of course, to cover the whole topic in 5-minute video, it seems like impossible. So I decided to cover and focus on three main topics that I find interesting to be shared. The first one is psychoanalysis and consumerism. The second one is behaviorism in advertising, and also the third is psychology in color. So now, let's not wasting time and jump to the first topic. Psychoanalysis is one of the famous and oldest school of thought in psychology. It was invented by a guy named Sigmund Freud, and I'm pretty sure most of you ever heard about his name. This school of thought were famous with their idea that about id, ego and superego, also regarding our mind that can be divided into three, which are conscious, subconscious and also unconscious. They also believe that humans are not able to understand their own motivation because of psychological factors that shape them are largely unconscious. But in terms of consumerism, Edward L. Bernie is the acknowledged father of public relations and nephew to the Sigmund Freud, is the one who practiced and applied Freudian idea in this area. In his book in 1928 named Propaganda, Bernie hypothesized that by understanding a group mind, it would be possible to manipulate people even without they realizing it. One of the most iconic campaigns is convincing women to smoke. All it took was the first one is suggesting that cigarette package to be colored, coordinated with each year color fashion, and the second one is arranging 1929 New York Easter Parade as a showcase for beautiful model holding Lucky Strike, which is the cigarette brand, and the third one is labeled as the parade as the little torch of freedom. And why he labeled that? Because he pitched the idea that it is women's right and freedom to smoke in public area, and that campaign is a huge success. Bernie convinced that linking product to emotion could cause people to behave irrationally. In reality, of course, women were no freer to smoking, but linking smoking to women's right fostered the feeling of independence, and that's why the campaign get a huge feedback from the women community. So now let's move on to the next topic, which is behaviorism in advertising. So in terms of behaviorism, the one who applied this school of thought in consumerism is actually John Watson. He extended the Pavlov conditioning of dogs to human, and he realized that humans' behavior could also be greatly influenced by the subliminal method and bypass conscious awareness. Application of this theory in marketing is help to create and changes consumer habit or reinforce brand element that associate with the positive customer experience. For example, sales. It convinces people that they make a wise decision to shop at that time because they have a better value of that products. And then the second one is the Coca-Cola advertising. And Coca-Cola also associated the product with social life, with that bring happiness and also trigger our thirst by the sounds and the close shot of the drink. Don't trust me? Watch the next video.
Jom, Coca-Cola.
So now, let's move on to the last topic, which is the psychology of color. Color meaning and psychology of color can have a powerful impact on people's behavior and decision making. A few studies have revealed that our brain prefer immediate recognizable brand, which make a color is an important element that creating a brand identity. One journal article even suggests that it is important for a new brand to pick color that ensure differentiation from their competitors. Choosing the right color can help the brand to stand out. Consider the psychological principle known as the isolation effect. It is stated that an item that stands out like a sore thumb is more likely to be remembered. Research clearly show that participants are able to recognize and recall item far better, either in text or image, when it bluntly sticks out from its surrounding. Now, let's have a look at a few examples of famous brand that use different color and different tagline. For the first one is the McDonald's. So the red and yellow color that used in the logo are most appealing to the children. The red is used to increase the appetite and to create the sense of urgency, thereby getting the customer to order in a hurry and leave faster. So yellow color is the cheeriness and optimism, and the trademark M used by the McDonald's create an atmosphere of positivity and about the brand, as seen as the tagline, "I'm loving it." So the mascot, the Ronald McDonald, that clown, is dressed in a yellow and bright red, stimulating excitement and energy and high level of visual, which is appealing to the children. So for conclusion, understanding what makes people buy things is much more than a guessing name. Business now employ consumer psychologists to scientifically evaluate their customer decision and choices. The next time you look at advertisement or take a consumer survey, consider what may they play or use your data in the future.